Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
What's going on, Niner fans? My name is JT Magnum and welcome to Niner News. Now, you heard the intro. I still got the Jim Harbaugh nobody on there, and I don't know if I want to take it out yet. I really don't know if I want to take that out yet, like the audio off of that. I might have to get different audio, but for now I'll leave it. But anyways, what's been going on? A lot going on in San Francisco. Well, not a lot, but coaches are starting to take place finally, and we finally got like our staff in place, and people are freaking out as usual. And I did a video not too long ago talking about, just calm down, relax, everything's going to be all right, And I still believe that. The 49ers have a world of talent on this team, and a lot of people forgot about it just because of how good Seattle's doing and how good, other teams, other teams are picking it up in the NFC West. But they failed to realize that 18 players of the San Francisco 49ers were on injured reserve or suspended or having problems this year. And the injuries mounted up to the point where we still went 8-8. I mean, in a tough division, in a tough conference, and you expect, a lot of people, freaking out, and all of a sudden the 49ers are just falling down. And you think people would remember that, they had gone to 3 straight NFC championships. They were in a Super Bowl in 2012. A lot of this team is, players have come and gone a little bit here and there, but they've drafted pretty well. There's some really good players, some good promising young players on the team, and things are gonna move. I think things are gonna move in the right direction. They got away with a few years of basically keeping games close and getting away with winning some of those close games because of the run game or because of different circumstances or whatever. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of close games in the last 4 years that I've had to deal with, and it's just been torture. It's been those games where you just want to pull your hair out of your head. And I think this is now moving on to one of those things where, we're gonna get back to the running game, get back to the ground and pound. So Jeep Chris obviously is named. I hope I said his name right, Jeep Christ or Jeep Chris. I'm not sure, but regardless. He's the guy that's been Colin Kaepernick's quarterback's coach for the last 4 years. I think that's a great hire. And why do I think it's a great hire? He's nobody. You know what I mean? Like, people always want these big names, these big offensive minds, and these people, that are gonna completely change everything around, and you know what I mean? But these guys have been seen already. Their offenses, they're known. You know what I mean? Like, defenses know what they're kind of doing by looking at past tape of other teams. So they don't. It isn't like they're bringing something new to the table. This is a guy that's going to bring something new. Teams aren't going to be ready for it in this year coming 2015. They're not going to be ready for it. You're not going to know what the Niners are going to do because you don't know what offense they're going to run. And that's what I like. That's what happened with Greg Roman when he first came. Nobody knew what the heck was going on, and here's this guy that. The offense is, well, the run offense at least was very innovative. The pass offense was really clearly never there. But the run offense was amazing. Nobody knew what was going on. The Niners came out the gates just in 2011, just killing it. So I like that. I like the hire. I like new coaches. I like a fresh start with new people in the mix and new up and comers. Because why? Because new people, they try harder. They're going to coach more. They're going to teach more. They're going to develop your players more. That's the kind of thing you want. Nobody looks at that. Everybody looks at it as, oh, who are these people? We're going to lose. We're going to be like the Raiders. Oh, shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. You don't know what's going to happen. This Niners team is very talented. If they stay healthy, this can be a team to be reckoned with still. This is a team that still took other teams and gave other teams fits, even while playing with like 15 guys on injured reserve. Ended up being 18 at the end of the season, I believe. But still, what the point of the matter is, these coaches are going to come in. They're going to be great. They're going to do great. They're going to teach well, and they're going to get these players ready on Sundays to play. And I'm excited about it. At least me personally. Now on defense, we got Eric Mangini. And Eric Mangenius, as he's been called in Cleveland, and when he was with the Jets, and when he was with New England. But anyways, I like it better. Why? Because I liked Vic Fangio. No offense to Vic Fangio. You know, he was a great coach. He did a lot with what our defense was this year, and you know, they kept it basic. But that's the problem. They kept it basic. There was never any blitz schemes. There was never any innovative things. It always just enough to give us the wins, or enough to give us like these close games. And I think we got to get after teams. We got that kind of defense with some swagger, with some great playmakers, but he always seemed to play the stupid players. Like, why was Craig Dahl playing ever? Why? Because he's smart? Like, I don't get it. Like, Vic Fangio always liked these players that he called smart or whatever, but I get it. You need smart players to play whatever, but you also need playmakers. You need guys that just wing it. The guys just rush in there. They can get to the quarterback. They ain't no thinking about it. Like, they don't have to be on the field thinking all the time. Just get some players that get after it. Get after the quarterback. Get after the defensive backs. You know what I mean? Get after people. And I just feel like the Niners never did that. They never blitzed. They never went for the throat. They never tried to just dominate opponents. And they have the type of defense that can do it, but they just don't ever. And I think that was the problem with Vic Fangio. And I think he was the product of good players. Like, he was I'm sure he was a good coach, but at the same time, look at all the Niner players that he had over the years and some of the talent that he had. Does the talent override the coach, or does the coach override the talent? Was he really putting the players in position to win, or were the players doing it for him? Like, I don't know, but the way he ran the defense, it was just seemed like it was all basic. It was always 4-man rush and everybody else back. It was always 3-man rush, everybody else back, and sometimes that came to haunt us in the end. Like the New England game, for instance, we were up by like, what was it, 31-3 at one point. We ended up having to win that game on the last second, not last second, but a last touchdown by Michael Crabtree because the defense, it got to the point where, you know, a guy went out and he didn't want to blitz. He just kept rushing 3 or 4 people, and Tom Brady was picking them apart. Like, they don't do anything. They don't try to hurt teams. They don't try to just go for the jugular. And that's the thing that pissed me off about Vic Fangio. I think we needed to blitz more. So I know Eric Mangini will. I know that he'll develop some kind of blitz schemes or something, some kind of blitz packages that will benefit our team, and I'm excited about that. So now I'm going to talk about the offensive wish list for the San Francisco 49ers this year. This is my offensive wish list. Number 1, better clock management. How many games have you seen where the 49ers just couldn't figure out what the time clock? They seemed like the play came in, and next thing you know, they go to the line of scrimmage, and they couldn't adjust fast enough. It was just absolute torture to watch, and it happened every game since 2011. Every game. Every game went like that, and it was so frustrating to watch. Fix it. I know we got Steve Logan, the quarterback coach. He mentioned that. The first thing he mentioned was the clock management, I believe. I hope he fixes it. I hope he fixes Cap's recognizing of the play clock. Second, more screen plays. Philadelphia Eagles do it. New Orleans Saints do it. San Diego Chargers do it. Everybody seems to run these crazy wide receiver screens or tight end screens or, you know, halfback, you know, quick screens. Yet San Francisco never runs screen plays. What happened to the Frank Gore screen plays? We used to run those back in the day. We don't see them anymore, and never. We see them never. No wide receiver screens, nothing. You never get anybody out in space. Never let anybody use their athletic ability. Why not run the screenplays? 3, more read option, especially on goal line situations. Read option is so hard to defend on goal line. Why? Because you don't know if the ball is going left, you don't know if the ball is going right, you don't know if the ball is going through the middle, you don't know if the quarterback's running, you don't know if the running back's running, you know if they're going to pass the ball. You don't know what's going on. It's a very hard offense to stop, especially on the goal line. Seattle does it constantly. Philadelphia is another team that does it constantly, scores. Dallas is another team that actually runs it as well. They score. Use it. You have Colin Kaepernick who can run the ball. You have Frank Gore or Carlos Hyde, or you have running backs that can run the ball. Do it. Run the read option. Why did you go away from it? Why did you have to be so cute that you have to run away from it? 4, no more rollouts on short field downs. I don't know how many times I've seen like 3rd and 6, right? Or 3rd and 5, 3rd and 3, or even 3rd and 10. They roll out Kaepernick to the right or to the left. Mostly to the right. It was mostly to the right every time. They roll him out to the right. It was on the shorter side of the field, so you're on the short side of the hash mark. So you're on this side of the field. There's a shorter field. They run like a tight end this way. They run a wide receiver this way, and also a running back this way sometimes. Sometimes they run a tight end to the left, but that's always covered usually, so they don't get anything out of it. So you have like 2 or 3 wide receivers on the right with no space. Everybody's basically congested in one area, and you're trying to get a first down with that. Why? Why not just hike the ball in shotgun? You have a whole field to go. You can run your receivers everywhere you want and use the whole field. Why do they always try to use the short field on third downs or on any play? Why would you want to use just short field? And it's so easy to defend because so many players are congested in one area. It just makes no sense. Why NFL teams do it, I don't know, but the 49ers do it more than anybody I've ever seen in my entire life. Stop doing it. Number 5, let Cap run. Let him go. Let the dude run. Let him show his athletic ability. The guy proved it in the San Diego game. Ran 90 yards for a touchdown. Basically ran 99 if you look at it. He stepped back at the half-yard line, I believe, and took off from there. But still, let him run. Let him go. Let him just be him. You know, stop putting all the pressure on him to try to be a freaking pocket passer. I mean, he's going to get it eventually. He's learning. He's still trying to figure it out. He's young. Let him do all that, but at the same time, let him be him. Let him just play his game. He looked so loose in 2012, looked so loose in 2013, but now it's like they keep him under wraps. From what I hear, they're going to let him go. Let him go. All right, the defensive wish list. You already heard it first from me. Number 1, blitz more. Blitz, go for the throat, kill teams. Do what you can to disrupt any plays. And what I mean by blitz more is blitz like crazy. When they try to hit the hot routes, jump the routes. They never seem to do that in San Francisco. Why? Because they think that every time they're going to get in within seconds with just 4 pass rushers. It doesn't work every down. You got to be creative. You got to blitz. You got to blitz in situations, especially third down and long. Why would you only rush 3 or 4 when you can just blitz real quick and try to hurt the quarterback? Not hurt him as in like physically hurt him, but hurt the team by making the quarterback make bad decisions. Number 2, get your playmakers in there. Get Craig Dahl out. Get players like that out. Get your playmakers in. Get your players in that know how to ball hawk. Play those players. Get those players that know how to get to the quarterback. Who cares if whatever they let a run go by there every now and then. They're gonna learn. They have to learn on the field. Don't put players in there that make no sense when these other players can come in and they're faster, bigger, stronger. They can get to the quarterback. They've proven it, especially in preseason or other games. They've proven they can make it to the quarterback, but you don't even play them. Why? Because you have them sitting on the bench for no reason. Get them in there. Number 3, get rid of Craig Dahl. Get rid of him. Fire him. Cut him. You have L.J. McCrary. You have Jimmy Ward. You have Eric Reed. You have Antoine Bethea. You have players that can play. Get that dude out of there. We already let go of, I swear, I think 2 or 3 safeties. C.J. Spillman being the biggest one. Why we let C.J. Spillman go, I have no clue. He ended up being a special team stud on Dallas. And what's Craig Dahl doing? What does he do? He doesn't do anything. He can't even play special teams as good as C.J. Spillman. Yet we let C.J. Spillman walk and this dude stay. I don't get it. Get rid of Craig Dahl. Get him out of here. And that's pretty much all I have to say. So let me know in the comment section what you think. Let me know your wish list for the San Francisco 49ers, especially offensive and defensive. Let me know what you think of the new coaches, and if you think, you know, we need a fresh new staff, some new guys to come in and, you know, put a little spark under the offense and defense and special teams. I feel like that's the case. I feel like Jim Tomsula is a great coach. I feel like the staff that we put together is not bad at all. I think it's great to have fresh new faces and people that nobody knows what we're going to do. I don't even know what we're going to do. Do you know what we're going to do? Because I know that I don't know what we're going to do. All I know is that they said they're going to run the ball more. That's it. And I don't think that's a bad thing, especially when you have Frank Gore possibly coming back and Carlos Hyde and Kendall Hunter coming back from an injury. So I think that's a good thing. So I'm looking forward to the season, and I'm looking forward to bringing you some more news. I'm going to check out the draft. I've been studying players like crazy. There's a few players I like. I'm going to talk about that in the next Niner News, all right? So for JT Magnum and Niner News, I'm out. Peace.